Hey, what's up? What's up? Here we are again. How's your ankle bracelet?
I know, right?
Oh man,
What are you saying? SIP and what? How many days has been?
it's day 9032, or at least it feels like it. Man, so how are you dealing with this? Because I feel like I go through stages. Like right now, I'm feeling kind of bored for some reason.
Me
And I
too.
think it's because I'm sheltering in place. I want to be out already, right? More
Yeah.
so. Like I mean like not out just to go peek and then come back in. I'm talking about like stay out the whole day, right?
No, I know. I know. It's interesting how our freedom in the past, we just never realized the simple freedoms were so significant.
Wow, right? Like I look, my plan is as soon as they lift this, I'm literally hiring a food truck and I'm buying tacos for 200 people. Like I mean it. Like that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna
That
put the word out, and I'm gonna get 200 people to come out for free tacos, and then at the end we're gonna sing "We Are the World" or something like that. I'm gonna bring back Michael from the dead.
oh my
Something
God.
going down like that, because
Oh
I'm like, woo. At
yeah.
first I was all like, "Oh yeah, man, I got this," and now like my
I think
ankle bracelet, right? I feel like I'm in jail at home.
that's gonna watch this video is gonna feel the same. I think we're
Oh,
all
for sure.
we're
Yeah,
definitely going through it. But
for sure. I know you're feeling the same way. It's not just me. By the
exactly.
way, I didn't go blind. These are actually blue blockers for my screen because I'm on the screen all day long, and this actually cuts all that blue light because my eyes were starting to strain and get really red from being on the
That's the
computer all
thing.
day. That's the other thing too. When you're sheltering in place, I'm in
Yeah.
front of this computer more than I've ever been, so my eyes were starting to get strained. So here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So all right, let's talk a little real estate. What I want to call a real estate reality check here. I'm getting more and more this question. Ed, do you think that prices are going to go down 10 to 20%? What's your answer to this, Fatima?
Okay. So here's the thing. I always think about um, I'm always thinking about the last bust, right? And the last bust,
2008. Yes, ma'am.
2008, yes, the Great Recession. And everybody freaked out, right? It paralyzed a lot of people, and there was people that were doing significant moves.
That's true.
And just to see how much of a difference for the people that bought at that time,
Yeah.
even before the bust, right? Even before the bust, during the bust, even after the bust, how how much of a good position they're in today. And I know it's scary because it's never settling. Oh, if I could save money to, maybe if I wait a year or wait 6 months. But good luck in finding the property that you like. Because there's not a lot of properties out there that's going to really want to move you to make a move, right? So I think it's kind of catch 22. There is a cost of waiting. Interest rates. I mean, I'm people are
I can
wondering.
actually show it on a report, literally, the
Yeah,
cost of
well,
waiting.
people are wondering, are the rates going to go lower? I mean, what do you think about that? Are the rates going to go lower?
I think that there's going to be what I call interday lowering of so rates change every day and sometimes especially with volatility these days multiple times throughout the day. So will rates come down on any given day? Yes. Is the trend medium to long term for them to come down? I don't see it, not sustainably. Why? Because these rates, let's be honest, these are artificially low rates. Why do I say artificially? Because the Fed's action, the Federal Reserve, buying billions of dollars of treasuries and MBSs, which are the mortgage-backed securities. They had to do that to make sure that this economy does not stall into a depression. I mean, look, everybody's talking already about a 20% unemployment. We have what, 36 million people out of work and counting, by the way.
Yeah.
We just found out Hertz rent a car, which again, no disrespect to Hertz, but you shouldn't have named it Hertz. You don't name a company Hertz because you're
I'm
pretty much
hurting.
your
I'm
way.
hurting.
But anyway, aside from my closet comedy, they went, bankrupt.
That
Look
sucks.
at people or companies like the Cheesecake Factory with over 350 locations defaulting on every location.
Subway.
Specialties, which we used to use a lot for our sandwiches when we're catering events,
So much.
completely gone. Pier
Yep.
One Imports, again, again, again. I mean,
That's
we're listening
for
to predictions here in San Francisco that over 30% of every restaurant, of all restaurants, are going completely out of business. We're not talking about Chapter 11 reorg here. We're talking about completely gone. So, it's somewhat of a new world order. However, let me give you a stat that's really important. Interest in buying a house is at 100%, meaning there's
Mm.
been no drop in interest in buying homes in the Bay Area. However, the inventory went down over 25%
Mhm.
on what was already, and you know this, Fatima, already an anemic market as far
Mhm.
as inventory. We don't
Mhm.
have and haven't had enough housing
We haven't.
and
There's
since
way
I
more.
can remember,
Yeah. No,
right?
I mean, and that's the problem. So here's the thing. It's like, so, I know when I'm working with buyers, finding the right house takes a while. And if you're not, and if you're going to buy it and you feel financially stable and you feel like the payments are reasonable and you can make it and you don't see any income dip, then do it. Make your move if you find the place that you like. Because this
Yeah,
moment is going to last for so long. I mean, think about the cost of waiting every year from now. Like
yeah,
a few years ago, people were like, it's going to dip, and it hasn't, and the prices kept on going up. I mean, but
yeah.
even it does have some correction, and it happens. But am I
That's
going to move
true.
out of my house? Am I going to sell my house? No. If my equity goes up, great. That's good to know. If my equity goes down even 50%, okay, let's say if my equity goes down 50%, am I going to do anything? No. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to I'm going to ride it out, right? So that's just kind of how it
Well,
works.
and that's a great point because if you think about it, you don't really lose money unless you sell when the market is dropped.
Yeah.
Now, let's go back to this whole idea that, properties are going to go down 10 to 20%. I'm telling you, there's just no way. I'd like to see that's watching, please show me data because I'm a data person, right? Left brain. I want to see data that substantiates that. I don't see that happening in the Bay Area at all. Maybe outside of California, right? Maybe. Yeah, I'm sure there's pockets of areas that are dropping 10 to 20%. I'm sure of it. But it's
Well,
not going to happen in the Bay Area.
well, there's negotiating for sure. I mean, there's ways to
Of
negotiate
course.
prices, negotiate points, to lower your rate even more, to negotiate closing costs. For years you couldn't negotiate closing costs. Now you probably could,
Yeah.
right?
Good
Um,
point.
and even then you probably could, ask for a price reduction and closing costs. I mean, whatever, right? You could probably do the combination. However,
Yeah.
I would just say finding a property that's the biggest thing. If you're going to, for the folks who bought 2 3 years ago, even at the highest, you know what I mean, like finding a replacement property. I mean, after they bought, whether they have found something else better, it's probably hard because
Yeah.
maybe not. So I just think if you can, this any dip in financial history, right? Any dip in the housing history, or it only lasts a certain time. So there's this graph. So when the graph goes up like this, right? If you're the peak or the lowest, you don't know when you're here. You don't know if you're already at the top or if you've already gone down to the bottom of the market. You don't know when the top of the market is.
Even the greatest of experts can't time tops and bottoms. Nobody
Yeah.
can. And so history has shown that those people who try to time markets, whether it's the stock market, real estate market, any type of market, they get spanked. They just do. They get punished because you can't. There's no way to predict the absolute top or bottom. So stop chasing bottoms and tops. Just chase the trends going up and the trends going down. Those you can track.
Yeah, but look at the last the last recession, the people who even bought at the top of the market, okay, it was a brutal way. I mean, for them, whoever hung on there, it was really hard for them, and they really suffered to hang in there, right?
Yeah.
But the
Yeah.
ones that did were able to make it. Their property values are probably even
Oh,
double what it
oh,
was.
for
So
sure.
so if you're able to ride the wave, if you're able to hang on and find a way to hang on, if the market does whatever go down, you're going to be okay. I mean, look at the last greatest recession that we had in 2008 was really bad. And people's values, even today, if you look at their values today, they're still way over what they bought it
Yeah,
for.
totally. And it took 10 years to recover from that, but still, to your point, if you hung in there or if you bought during that time,
Oh my
not
God.
trying to catch the absolute rock bottom of it, but catching it on the way down. I mean, look, where would you be today? And where are they today? Those people have a portfolio of
Making
properties that
moves.
will help them retire 10 lives.
I mean, I remember when Richmond properties were back in like 100,000,
I remember
150.
too.
And I
I
was like,
know.
and then, why did I not make moves then? That's my cost of waiting. My cost of waiting was like, oh my God, like
We all have those stories.
I didn't make any moves at that time because people were afraid. But I do know
Yeah.
the people that was helping buy homes at that time, they're sitting pretty on their equity
Yeah,
right now.
exactly. They got portfolios, right?
Mhm.
Money that they, properties that they can retire, do whatever with.
Absolutely.
To your point. So, all right. Well, look, the answer here is just if you can just take action. Stop timing the markets. I don't think it's going to go down. And you agree with me, Fatima, that in the immediate Bay Area, prices are not going to go down 10 to 20%. We don't think so at all. If anything, from listing prices, you might get it at asking, maybe, right? Because there's still
Mhm.
less competition out there, meaning there's less people putting in offers. But, when we go to the next phases of lifting the sheltering in place, I'm telling you right now, those of you who don't take action now, if you can, you're going to regret it because you're going to see prices coming back up. Plus, here's the other part too: is we're going to start to see a lot of the inventory being gobbled up. That's going to come up because, would you agree with me? There's a lot of sellers that pulled their listings, right? And now they're going to bring them back.
Mhm.
There's a lot of what I call that shadow inventory because you just don't see it.
No, there is, and there's a lot of people going to be moving around the Bay Area because maybe they realize they could work remote and they're going to be more in suburban areas. That's probably going to happen. People are wanting
We're
to.
starting to see that now, by the way. Yeah, people are moving to the burbs, and by the way, they're moving into towns that are more inland, right, as opposed to right next to the highway, because everybody needed highway access to come into San Francisco, for example. Now they're going out further because they're going to telecommute. It's like Twitter and Square, same CEO Jack Dorsey, but he's allowing people to work from home indefinitely. And I think we're going to start to see a lot more of that, especially in these necks of the woods, but probably a good chunk of the country.
And one more thing too. So the difference in rates, right? So if
Yeah,
rates are lower now, like they're really good, I mean, like
super.
you've been refinancing or buying people
Yeah,
properties
yeah.
at what's your average rate that you're saying today?
I'd say about 2.75.
And
Which even saying that, right? Because we've been in the business a long time, like that. Okay, so what I really said is free money, I believe. I think that's what just flew out of my mouth. Free money.
3.75 is
That's
ridiculous.
insane for a 30-year fixed. I mean, those used to be rates on, like, for example, adjustable rate mortgages, right? There's like teaser rates for a little bit, and then they
Mhm.
balloon on you. But no, now's the time. Don't try to time a 2.5. Are you kidding me? No, 2.75 is free. Take it.
That's freaking crazy. So my point on that is, okay, so the folks who have gotten pre-approved, who haven't made any moves, and maybe they got pre-approved a year ago or 2 years ago or half a year ago, right? The rates
Yeah,
were like in the high threes,
high
possibly
threes, low fours.
low
Yeah.
fours, but they're getting so much buying power now. And even if they stay in the same price point, they're getting their payments are going to be so much lower than what it would have been. So you're still getting.
100%. And here's the other side. If you own a property now and you haven't refinanced in the last 6 months, look, whether it's with me or somebody else, just go do it. Go get an analysis for free to find out how much you can save because that difference in payment you can use to maybe buy an investment property. By the way, does it have to be here? No, it could be out of state
Or fund a
because,
vacation fund. You know what I mean?
yeah, look, do something with it. You know that IRA you don't have? Maybe get that one and fund an IRA, right?
Yeah.
Do something with it, pay down your other debts, whatever. Reposition. Now is a great time to recalibrate your finances. It's a
Mhm.
perfect time to do that because the cost of money is so low.
Well, how do people, if someone wanted to get a rate, just kind of get some analysis, like what do they need to do with you to do that?
Yeah, look, and I always give what I call honest assessment, meaning I'm not here to sell you anything. You just need to get a hold of me. Best way to get a hold of me is to email me, ed@kuno, and that's KUN as in Nancy, O advisors with an S.com. What's a good way to get a hold of you in case they want to start the process of looking to buy a house or any property?
Or buy, sell, invest? I'm
Yeah.
doing. So you can call or text me. It's easiest. It's 415-756-4418.
Cool. Well, you heard it here first, folks. Hopefully, everybody had a great Memorial Day weekend and you have a fantastic week since it's a short one. Take care. Call us if you need us. We're always
All
here.
right, thank
Have a
you.
great day.